Let's go in-game right now then, and these guys are going to duke it out. The subscriber special, Edward Teach versus Turbo Surge. Thank you to you guys for your support on the stream. Thank you for your long-time loving and long-time subbing. And we're going to get you guys a special 1v1 here to say thank you. And that applies to all of you guys as well. You know, any of you subs out there, any of you Wallow Warriors out there, if you want to do a 1v1 challenge on the stream, get in the Discord and we can arrange it. We can make it happen, baby. But Edward Teach here, what a great starting position. If he puts his TC down here, he's going to have a double deer patch, 6 deer hanging around. We're going to have a good number of sheep as well. He's got gold close nearby. But oh my god, it's going to be one of those games, is it? Alright then, let's go boys, let's go. Edward Teach dropping his TC down right next to Turbo Surge. And this might be a little bit of a faster game than we anticipated because the TCs are in firing range. So Turbo Surge is probably going to win. Oh my god, I mean, this is dumb. This is so dumb. Of all the places they could have placed it, it's like, let's go. Right now, Edward Teach has to fight with his villas, because Turbo Surge's TC is about halfway up. Edward Teach is going to lose a villager. Oh my god, it's already game over. This might be the fastest game of Age of Empires yet. This might just be the fastest game yet. Turbo Surge garrisons inside of the TC. And then he kills the TC of Edward Teach because he's already up. He's got the range on the villagers. And he lost a village. I can't believe. This is just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Maybe if he keeps these villagers walled in, maybe he'll be okay. But he's also the mines as well. So he gets the 4th vill. Is he going to garrison? Is he going to lame? Or is he going to live in peace? I think Turbo Surge is going to do the very honorable thing. And let's not forget, okay, he did kill Edward Teach's... No, he's not going to be honorable. He's not going to be honorable at all. He's just going to garrison in the TC. And make a villager, which he needs to build a house so he can make more villagers. Otherwise, it's no good. But, you know, he could garrison in the TC and just kill the TC of Edward Teach, I guess. But I guess he's trying to be honorable. But he is so far ahead already. It's like 2 population versus 5. Now Edward Teach is trying to take the boar. Where's the boar? The boar doesn't know where to run. It's like, should I run to the TC or should I run to the villagers? Oh my goodness! And, Edward Teach kills him with the town center. And Turbo Surge gets denied the boar. Oh my goodness, that was so lucky. What is this? What is this? This is brilliant. Oh wow, this is brilliant. So, Edward Teach in a massive, massive disadvantage right now. As Turbo Surge, I mean, I don't know why he didn't build this TC over here. Like, he had a villager here. He could have had the deer. He could have had all the sheep as well. Now he's not even got any sheep. Where did the sheep even go? He had 4 sheep at the start of the game, and now he's only got 2. Edward Teach is out of food. He doesn't have any food left. He's housed. He's going to go build a mill on this left side, but oh god, it's a catastrophe. There's only 2 deer here, and it's absolutely not worth milling 2 deer, but he's going to do it anyway, because what other options does he have right now? He's going to loom up, and Turbo Surge is going to grab a couple of sheep, I guess. And I guess the 2 sheep that he grabbed over here were the original sheep of Edward Teach. What a crazy, ridiculous game so far. But yeah, Turbo obviously has a pretty big advantage right now as he brings in the boar. And I mean, he could garrison in his TC and basically... Oh, he tried it again. Edward Teach tried to deny the boar again, but he's not going to succeed. But what he can do is he can garrison inside the TC with just 1 villager, and he can kill the vills of Turbo Surge as he tries to gather the boar. So, in a way, he's still denying it. Like, oh my gosh, this is a masterpiece right here. This is wonderful. Edward Teach has got a boar here, but he can't pull it in. He's going to wall off the south side, and Turbo Surge is pushed away from the boar. So there's 300 rotting food right here that he can't take. And meanwhile, Edward Teach is trying to grab the deer, and he's grabbing the sheep. And, well, this is probably the worst mill in the history of mills. He's got access to a single deer right now, as this deer's kind of ran away, but it'll come back eventually. But my goodness me. 6 population for Teach. Turbo Surge on 9 with a bit of idle TC. He's back on the board now. Edward Teach hasn't seemed to notice, so he's okay, I guess. He's okay in his position at the moment, but I think Edward Teach is going to be falling behind. He's going to have to play a hell of a game if he wants to pull this one back. He's going to get the dock. Oh, it's not Edward Teach, actually. It's Turbo Surge building the dock. And actually, I think Edward Teach is probably missing out big time now. If Turbo Surge starts making fish as well, you know, he's got a lot of wood coming in at this TC. He doesn't have any food income right now, so he is going to have a bit of idle TC time potentially. Or he's got idle TC time anyway. These guys are only about 1800 on HD, so it's going to be a little messy however you slice this one. But yeah, I mean, with the food coming in from the water, Turbo Surge is absolutely going to be pulling ahead. XYZ Gaming, I will be streaming Nations Cup, but I'm being very picky about which games I cast. And today, I was just doing subscriber games. I was just doing follower games. And we'll do Nations Cup coverage as and when. I mean, I'm not really going to, you know, cast every game, but I'll cast games that stand out to me, cast games that look like they're going to have a bit of potential. And right now, we're in, what, round of 64? So we've got a lot of teams that need to kind of be weeded out. But definitely when we get to the Gold League, or at least like maybe round of 32, I'll cast as much as I can. Definitely going to cast as much as possible of Nations Cup when we get to some hotter games anyway. But yeah, Turbo Surge right now is 12 pop. Edward Teach is on 10. He's actually caught up, which I'm surprised about, considering Turbo Surge obviously has boat production going on now as well. He's built a mill on the right side to grab the shorefish. It's actually pretty good to do this. A note, by the way, if you have been watching the Nations Cup, you might have seen Bedouins, the map with all the ponds and all the, you know, full of shorefish. Well, in this case, you can see that the shorefish have 200 food. But on that Bedouins map, the special Nations Cup map, the shorefish actually have 300 food in them, which is actually a really important change because it adds so much more food to the little lakes and puts so much more emphasis on shore fishing. But I'm talking about a map which you guys can't even see right now. I'm talking about a tournament which, you know, I'm not even casting right now, so I'll shut up about that and focus on this. But I want to know if Edward Teach has spotted the boar up here, and I've got a feeling that he hasn't seen it. That's really unfortunate because these boar would be really good for him right now. You know, he's just taken the 2 deer. He's got 1 more sheep left, and then the food is going to run dry. He's got the berries in the south. He has spotted the boar down here. So, you know, maybe he could bring the villagers to the berries, and maybe he could grab the boar on the south, perhaps. But if he'd have just scouted to the north a bit more and spotted those boar, like that could be a lifeline for him in this one. Turbo Surge right now, though, going to get some walling going. And imagine if he actually pulls this one off and walls up towards this house. I want to know where he's going with this. What's his game plan here? Like, if I was Turbo Surge right now, I'd start walling this way and then make Edward Teach have to walk around the south to go to wherever he wants to go. But yeah, the map, by the way, is NoMAD, for those of you wondering. As you can see here, it is NoMAD. And NoMAD has the potential to give some crazy generations. And I guess, you know, TC's starting placement is just completely random. And that's what makes it so interesting a lot of the time. Players really have to adapt, and they have to deal with some pretty crappy situations. But yeah, Turbo Surge playing pretty smart by building the outposts. I think it's absolutely worth it to do this. He's got safe stone at the back. But in this kind of game, in this kind of situation, you want to be faster feudal and you want to get towers up. So once Turbo Surge hits feudal, he should start building towers, basically. And right now, I guess the outposts are going to give him some important vision and sort of give him an indication of what Edward Teach is up to, where his villagers are at, and get that important scouting info, which is so vital on NoMAD, because obviously you don't start with a scout. So you've got to scout one way or another. And usually it entails sending a villager around. And in this case, even building a couple of outposts as well. Turbo Surge kind of stalking the ladies out here. He's caught onto the scent of Edward Teach's frisky female villager. And in fact, it's actually her stalking him, so maybe it's the other way around. But frisky female villager sounds better than frisky male villager, you know? But anyway, Edward Teach going to grab the boar in the south, so I was right about that. But Turbo Surge is about to click up to feudal, and Edward Teach is so far away with just 39 Food in the bank, 20 population versus Turbo Surge is on 26. I mean, this game is already looking over, and to be honest with you, to be brutally honest, it was already over when Turbo Surge built his TC first and killed one of Edward Teach's villagers, basically. But, you know, they're fighting for the hill right now. Sarah take the hill advantage. This girl can't half punch. She does some big damage, and Turbo Surge is not winning this fight, so doth thou hoist? Yes, said Edward Teach's villager, even, as she batters down this dude who obviously skipped leg day because he can't seem to run away fast enough. She's gaining on him. But yeah, right now, Edward Teach is going to be so much faster to feudal. Sorry, Turbo Surge, I mean to say, is going to be so much faster to feudal. It's getting scary. Edward Teach will click up in a moment. He will finish the boar, and he will have just under 500 food, I think. If he drops his fishing ships off, if he drops his farm, I mean, maybe he could do it, but he's going to have to idle the TC. In fact, I think he is idling the TC. But as soon as Turbo Surge hits feudal, it's gonna be towers. He's obviously got 6 villas on the stone already. He can't castle drop because he won't be able to reach the castle age in time. If he does go to the castle age, he risks the towers from Edward Teach coming up. So it's, you know, tower or be towered. And in this case, Turbo Surge going to get his towers going right here. And Edward Teach is like, yep, I'm probably doomed. But he might kill a villager. Actually, this tower is in range of the TC. So Turbo Surge not with the best starting position here. And Turbo Surge going to lose a vill. And that TC is going to town on the other TC as well. Of course, the problem here for Edward Teach is that all of his villagers are now idle. 8 villagers in the TC here, firing 8 arrows, doing 5 damage per arrow. But if he focuses on the tower, which he should really be focusing on the tower here, he can take that down and reduce the amount of damage that he's taking. Fortunately, he's got a decent wood line that extends this way. He can build another lumber camp out here and get back the wood. But for right now, Turbo Surge's TC is actually on fire. Turbo Surge better be careful here, actually. His villagers are going up to the north. These villagers are going over to the right side. If Edward Teach was to focus on the... Look at that, it's nearly at half health. He could actually take down Turbo Surge's TC here. And Turbo Surge doesn't have enough wood to build another one. So, is he going to start repairing? I don't know. But if that TC goes down, that's going to be really awkward. I mean, for now, he'll take the tower. And to be honest, I think Turbo Surge has kind of stuffed this up a little bit. He's not doing much with these towers. Okay, 8 villagers are in the TC. But he's missing out on denying a lot of resources. He's denying a bit of wood. But it's not the end of the world. Edward Teach has got the mill down in the south. And, well, he's moved over to take a lot of gold on the west. I don't know what that gold's for. Maybe he'll... I don't know what he's going to do with that gold. He doesn't even have a market yet. He needs to get some more wood. But right now, that TC from Turbo Surge, it is going down slowly, but he has noticed, and he has started to put 3 villagers on repair. Turbo Surge, though, 0 wood. Oh my god, this is a catastrophe. This is a catastrophe. He's got 0 wood. Okay, Edward Teach, all you have to do to win this game right now, all you have to do is kill this TC. Because Turbo Surge, if he spends his wood to repair the TC, he won't have enough wood to build a lumber camp. He doesn't have... Turbo Surge... Oh, he does have a lumber camp. Okay, my bad. My bad. I eat my words there. It's like... Can we get some Waterloo blinds in the chat? Like, there's literally a lumber camp on my screen. And I still don't recognize... It should be back up. You guys are gonna get to see the TC fall. Turbo Surge here is desperately trying to repair it, but he doesn't have enough wood income to do it. And the TC is going down, man. Like, he's bringing all the villas into repair, but it doesn't matter how many villages you've got repairing. If you haven't got the wood to repair it, it's gonna go down. I can't believe this. Edward Teach is getting himself back into this game just by garrisoning in and taking out the TC. It's gone. It's down. What a twist. Exactly. What a twist. And now he can go and batter down the watchtower with his villagers as well. I'm just really pissed that the stream dropped. I'm really pissed about that. Because I wanted to put this game on YouTube, and now it's going to be in 2 parts, and I'm going to have to stitch them together, and there's going to be a bit missing in the middle, and rip. But what a game so far. Edward Teach is still a little bit behind in points, but right now, he's going to get his own tower up. He's going to start reclaiming some ground. He's going to take this tower down, and Turbo Surge... TurboSurge just resigns. That's it. He's done. No GG. He's done. And I guess, you know, when you don't have a TC and you're not really sure what to do next, you're in a bit of trouble. And the big problem for TurboSurge here, and this is why this tower from Edward Teach is so good. No. This is over for TurboSurge. This is absolutely over. Because this tower goes up, right? TurboSurge can't get to his wood. He can't get enough wood to build a new town center. And then it's over. It's done. Like, without any wood, how is he going to build this TC? How is he going to get the wood if there's a tower on it? How is he going to build a defensive tower without any wood in the bank? So, that was a really good play by Edward Teach to focus on the TC there. And maybe he did it without really even realizing. But, you know, Red could have garrisoned in the TC at the start and maybe won versus Blue. But not necessarily. I think that TurboSurge doesn't have a market either, so he wouldn't be able to buy any resources or rejig his economy. It's kind of an unfortunate game by him because he actually had a great start. What could he have done differently there? It's hard to say because I think both players would have reacted differently had things been slightly different anyway, you know? That's pretty obvious. I don't need to really say that, I suppose. But, you know, if TurboSurge had towered more, would it have made a difference? I don't know. I mean, he probably needed to build the towers out of range of the TC. He probably needed to get enough wood to build another lumber camp somewhere. But, you know, if he'd have, let's say he'd garrisoned inside at the start. Let's say he'd have put 5 villas in the start inside of his TC and just attacked Edward Teach. Well, 5 villages inside of the TC are going to take a long time to bring the town center down. So what Edward Teach could have done in that meantime is start gathering food, start making more villas. Meanwhile, TurboSurge's villagers would have been idle inside the town center. Edward Teach would have gathered some wood, and he would have repaired his town center a little bit more. He would have bought himself some time. And TurboSurge would, in the meantime, have no resource income. He would have maybe 7 villagers at most from the resources he gathered. So actually, if he gathered in the TC and tried to kill Edward Teach's TC at the start, it absolutely would not have meant that he would have won that. So I think he did the right thing by going feudal first. It just, unfortunately for him, didn't really work out when he got there. But GG anyway, what a ridiculous game. Like, what a great way to end the stream today, apart from the fact that the stream dropped. Notice, by the way, the 0 military count on the timeline the whole way through. There you have it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow, everybody. I will be returning tomorrow at 18 GMT. That's right. Tomorrow, 18 GMT. You can catch me back here. Don't forget to follow the stream if you haven't already. Don't forget to join the Discord if you haven't already. The link to that is in the chat. But I have to run right now because I have got an appointment to